It was nearly midnight at Route 67 Diner, the kind of quiet roadside place where neon signs hum like tired insects and the smell of coffee and grilled onions hangs permanently in the air. Most nights, the diner felt safe, calm and familiar, but tonight was different. 3 men had walked in loud, drunk, and arrogant in that dangerous way that makes everyone else shrink in their seats. At the counter stood a young waitress named Isla, 22, petite but hardworking, wearing her faded denim apron and a small silver locket she never took off. She had been working double shifts for weeks to help pay for her little brother's medical bills, but you would never guess her exhaustion from the soft smile she tried so hard to keep on her face. The 3 men, Rick, Damon, and Cole, had been rude from the moment they sat down, criticizing her service, mocking her polite tone, and making crude comments loud enough for every customer to hear. But Isla kept calm, avoiding eye contact, focusing on her orders, determined not to cause trouble. She couldn't afford to lose this job. Not tonight, not ever. In the booth behind them sat a man no one recognized, a tall figure in a dark suit with sharp eyes that observed everything. Ethan Ward, a federal prosecutor known for bringing down crime lords and dismantling corrupt networks. But here tonight, he was simply a traveler trying to enjoy a late dinner, a plate of cold fries untouched, as he kept glancing at the men harassing the girl. Ethan had a calmness to him that felt controlled, like he was always one heartbeat away from action. He watched the situation escalate, his jaw tightening as the men grew more aggressive. When Isla politely reminded them that the diner was closing soon, Rick slammed his fist on the table hard enough to rattle the salt shaker. "You close when I say you close," he growled, standing up, towering over her. She instinctively stepped back, nearly dropping her tray. The other customers froze. The cook peeked from the kitchen but stayed hiding. No one dared to speak. Everyone knew these men, local troublemakers with connections to worse people, the kind who could destroy your life if you crossed them. Isla swallowed hard and tried again, voice trembling despite her efforts. "Sir, please, it's policy. We close at midnight." Rick laughed darkly, grabbing her wrist. "Then kneel," he said. "Kneel right here and apologize for rushing us. Maybe we'll tip you." The diner fell silent. Isla felt her throat tighten. Her knees trembled, not from submission, but from fear, anger, and humiliation flooding her chest. She looked around desperately, but no one moved. Not one person. She felt alone, small, powerless. Her heart pounded. She thought of her little brother waiting at home, believing she worked in a safe place. She thought of her mother's promise to her, "Don't let the world break you, Isla." But tonight, the world was trying. Rick pressed harder. "Do it now." His grip hurt. Tears welled in her eyes, and slowly hating herself, hating them, hating that she had to survive. Isla's knees buckled, about to hit the cold tile floor. But before they touched the ground, another hand appeared, strong, steady, firm. It was Ethan. He caught her elbow gently and whispered, "Stand up." His voice was calm, but his eyes were burning with fury. Rick turned around and sneered. "Who the hell are you supposed to be? Last time I checked, no one asked you to get involved." Ethan stepped forward, placing himself between Isla and the 3 men. "I saw everything," he said, his voice low, controlled, and dripping with authority. "And that's enough." Cole snorted. "Oh, look, a hero." Damon cracked his knuckles. "You got a death wish suit." But Ethan didn't flinch. "What I have is evidence," he said, tapping the pen recorder in his shirt pocket. "Every word you said, every threat you made, every second of what you just forced her to do." The men paused just for a second. Ethan's tone deepened. "My name is Ethan Ward, federal prosecutor." The diner gasped as if the air had been sucked out. Rick's face paled. "You're lying." Ethan calmly placed his ID on the table. And for the first time, the bullies felt something they hadn't felt in years: fear. "You just committed assault," Ethan said. "Intimidation, coercion, attempted extortion. And I promise you," he leaned in, "you're not walking out of here without consequences." Damon stepped forward aggressively, but before he could touch Ethan, the front door burst open. Red and blue lights washed across the diner windows. Sheriff's deputies rushed in, responding to the silent panic button Isla had pressed minutes earlier, though she doubted anyone would care enough to show up. The deputies recognized the 3 men immediately. But this time, there was no laughing, no bravado, no warnings, no getting away. Ethan spoke clearly, pointing at them. "Arrest them." and they were cuffed on the spot. Rick shouted, "You'll regret this. You know who we work for." Ethan smiled coldly. "I know exactly who you work for, and this is only the beginning." The diner fell silent again as the men were dragged out. Isla stood frozen, breath shaky, hands trembling. She looked at Ethan with disbelief, relief, and overwhelming gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered, tears escaping down her cheek. Ethan's expression softened for the first time. "You don't kneel for anyone," he said. The whole diner exhaled, and for the first time that night, Isla felt safe. But the danger wasn't gone, because the men had powerful connections, and someone far more dangerous was about to enter the story. And Ethan knew tonight was only the beginning.